Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chatmosa. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Friday, January 9th. So with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co-hosts, my Icy Chili, my Gorgeous Moon, and my Libra Queen. Hey, ladies.
Good
Hello.
morning.
And I want to give you all a kind reminder that we have our hot tea cold cash giveaway. So this is actually the end of week 9, so which means we have one more week to go. So two more lucky winners will win $100. Two more lucky supporters of the show. And how you get entries into the giveaway. You RSVP to every upcoming live show that you see. You get an additional entry by attending that live show and staying for its entirety. And you can get another entry by tweeting or posting about my show on social media and using the hashtag Auntie Derek. And for the giveaways, terms, and conditions, head over to auntiederek.com /hot tea cold cash. Again, that is auntiederek.com /hot tea cold cash. So two more weeks to go, y'all. Get those entries in. All right. Well, I think we got a bunch of hot tea to jump into. So I think we could just go ahead and jump right in.
Hot tea time.
Yes. And you know what we like to start off with?
Oh,
Oh, I know you playing.
Diddy news
On Friday?
on Friday.
On a Friday. Well, I think y'all might like it because this is actually funny. Because remember how Diddy and the team was working, like they wrote a letter to President Trump in regards to a pardon because they are pretty much begging. Well, the president said he doesn't believe he'll consider it. I have this New York Times article. Oh, and it looks like I'm gonna have to do a custom article. Because I don't see a thumbnail, but give me 1 second. Let me get this posted for y'all. But it's from the New York Times. And a special thank you to it looks like the person who wrote this article, Kenneth P. Vogel. Because of him, we actually have access to this article because you know New York Times is usually behind the paywall. But let me get the link for y'all here. And it said the headline says Sean Combs requested a pardon in a letter, but Trump is unimpressed. And here we go. Here we go. You know, when you do this internet stuff, you just gotta do some workarounds. It's all good. It's all good. Because New York Times don't want y'all to, get a little cute little preview. So that's all right. We do it ourselves. And let me get this photo of Diddy. So you can have a photo for the article. And here you are. So you should see where I posted on slide 4, where I put the headline: Sean Combs requested a pardon in a letter, but Trump is unimpressed by way of the New York Times. Well, the music mogul Sean Combs wrote a letter to President Trump seeking a pardon. The president told New York Times in an interview on Wednesday. Mr. Trump said he is not considering granting the request. Mr. Trump also indicated that he had no intention of pardoning several other high-profile people when presented by a Times reporter with names of some prominent inmates. Excuse me. Those include Nicolas Maduro, the ousted leader of Venezuela, who is facing charges for narco terrorism and conspiring to import cocaine. Robert Mendez, the former senator from New Jersey who was found guilty in 2024 of trading his political influence for gold, cash, and a Mercedes Benz convertible. And Sam Bankman Fried, the cryptocurrency entrepreneur who was convicted in 2023 of stealing billions of dollars from customers. Mr. Trump was also asked about whether he would consider pardoning Derek Chauvin, a former Minneapolis police officer who was convicted of murdering George Floyd during a 2020 arrest, a case that spurred worldwide demonstrations for racial justice. Mr. Trump said, I haven't been asked about it. Mr. Menendez, Mr. Bankman Fried, Mr. Chauvin, or their supporters have sought clemency from Mr. Trump through public appeals or behind the scenes outreach involving the president's allies. Mr. Trump has used the unfettered presidential clemency power to reward allies and supporters who make arguments that echo his own unsubstantiated claims that he was unfairly prosecuted by a Justice Department that was weaponized for political ends by the administration of his predecessor, former President Joseph R. Biden Jr. Mr. Trump last month pardoned former President Juan Orlando Hernandez of Honduras, who was at the center of what the authorities had categorized as one of the largest and most violent drug trafficking conspiracies in the world. But when the Times asked Mr. Trump whether there was any scenario in which he would consider pardoning Mr. Maduro, who was also charged with drug trafficking related offenses, the president said, "No, I don't see that." Mr. Maduro pled not guilty to the federal charges. Now, Mr. Combs, who's 56, known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, was found guilty last year of prostitution related charges and was sentenced to 50 months or a little more than 4 years in prison. His lawyer appealed the conviction and sentence last month, depicting the case as an unjust prosecution of sex between consenting adults and arguing that the judge had been unfair. The details of Mr. Combs' letter to Mr. Trump are not clear. Mr. Trump told the Times reporters that Mr. Combs had asked me for a pardon and that request came through a letter. Asked when the letter was sent, Mr. Trump said, "Oh, would you like to see that letter?" He did not produce the letter, and he was not considering the pardon request. I'm sorry, he did not produce the letter and said he was not considering the pardon request. Asked Thursday for a copy of the letter or a description of its contents, the White House referred to Mr. Trump's comments. Lawyers for Mr. Combs did not respond to a request for comment about the letter. The existence of the letter had not been previously reported, though Mr. Trump had indicated in other remarks that Mr. Combs had asked for clemency, but that he was not inclined to grant it. The pair knew each other socially before Mr. Trump ran for president, but the president suggested that their relationship soured after Mr. Combs criticized his first presidency. I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great, and he seemed like a nice guy, Mr. Trump told the cable network Newsmax last year, adding, "I didn't know him well, but when I ran for office, he was very hostile." Mr. Trump indicated that Mr. Combs' criticism makes a pardon more difficult to do. Well,
These reporters ask some fucking dumbass questions. Why are they asking, is he gonna pardon Maduro? What? Are y'all okay? Are y'all fucking okay? Do they give is there any type of what's going on?
look, we have a comment said he wants Diddy to kiss his ass. Girl, he probably wrote that
Oh
in the
yeah.
letter. That's probably why they ain't produced that letter yet.
Oh
But
yeah.
he can pardon all the people that stole money, but
Yeah.
he
But
can't pardon. Now, I don't
of
want Diddy to
course.
get a pardon. I'm just saying. But he pardoned all the people that stole money from people.
Well, he don't care about that part. That's not the part he care about. He cares that Diddy was fighting against him being president and
Oh
wasn't on
yeah,
his side. That's
yeah.
what he upset about.
Well, of course, Petty Betty.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, you think a scammer and a thief cares about other scammers and thieves? Of course not. He freed his people. Diddy just ain't he shitted on him. That's how he feels. So fuck you. I got the power now, boss.
Now
That's all that
you
is.
want my help, but you didn't want me to be president. Fuck you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. The
Mm-mm.
cancer in me is kind of like, well, he's got points on that one, but still. Mm-mm.
Listen, that's why I stay quiet because I don't want to be put in a position that makes me look like I am agreeing with any of Trump's actions. Because I'm like,
Okay, I was like, being the cancer that I am and the petty that I have, I'm like, well, but you know,
well,
it
that's
is
that
still
on
fuck
that.
Trump every second of the day.
Well, Mr. Judah Engelmayer and everybody else who's under Diddy's team looks like you don't have to go back to the drawing board, honey, because the pardon is out,
He just
and he
needs
looks
to
like he's
sit
made
down and
himself
be
very
quiet.
clear on that.
Be quiet and just do your time. Just be quiet. So we ain't got weekly updates on your stupid ass. Please.
Look, and I would love that for him, honey. But being the narcissistic personality he is, being quiet and doing his time is just way too easy. Way too easy for him. He probably wrote in that letter, "Man, come on, man, I'll suck your dick, man."
Oh Lord. Oh my God. If
Allegedly, allegedly.
he better not he better not have.
Well, our next story, speaking of another problematic hip hop legend, really, hip hop personality, Russell Simmons.
Oh shit, that rapist. Oh, allegedly.
Well, baby, he is very that, and he has the audacity of a white man. I tell you that, because y'all see, I just shared here by way of hot new hip hop. Russell Simmons accuses HBO of owing him $100 million and an apology.
100 million. Oh, he is. What's that man's name that I just sent you a video of? He is what you call it?
Oh, who was? Skip my mind. My bad.
Charlemagne just talked about him. Why
Oh,
is his
Dame
name?
Dash.
Dang, I don't know why his name was eluding me. Oh my god.
Probably because he's somebody we need to forget.
No, really, it is. Look, when I tell you people need money, look at them. They just come out. How HBO all of a sudden owe you 100 million out
Hundred
of
mil
nowhere?
and an apology.
Oh, bitch, he broke. He ain't got it like he used to. That him hiding out in Bali is running his pockets low.
Which is crazy because I thought like the American dollar goes like a really, really long way in Bali from what I understand. But okay.
Maybe, but he want to live above and beyond what probably his bank account is looking like. He probably getting
Listen,
starved out.
and you also have to understand that just like with everywhere else that we as Americans go, gentrification happens, and so
Uh,
cost of living and cost of things go up based off of them knowing that you're American.
gotcha.
And he ain't. What streams of revenue does he have now that he's out and hiding?
Mm,
What businesses is he connected to where he's getting money?
that's actually a good question. I'm gonna actually Google that to see if we can come up anything. Because I imagine with him being who he is and what he has done all through the years, I imagine he got some kind of like something that could get him revenue while he's sleeping. Something got to be in
Mm.
there. Some kind of royalty somewhere. Something like is the
Ooh,
beast
baby.
like don't he
Russell
is he
Simmons'
collecting Beastie
net
Boy
worth.
royalties?
I don't know. Net worth is estimated to be between 5 million and 350 million. That number is so wide. That gap
Damn,
is so wide. How can 5 and 350 million? I'll say he got like 2 million left on deck.
yeah. Or Google trying to tell us, honey, maybe y'all need to go look into some Swiss bank accounts, honey, because that's what he got in the Americas. But maybe y'all need to look overseas. Let me stop. Let me
Figures are
stop.
showing significant decrease from his peak of wealth that he amassed.
Mm,
Chat.
let me stop, honey, because niggas with money like that, they will do anything to keep it that way, and they will silence anybody who brings it up. So let me shut up and get back to this story. Well, Russell Simmons and his audacity of a white man accuses. He says HBO owes him $100 million and an apology. Well, Russell Simmons has a bone to pick with HBO, and he's not afraid to let the world know. Earlier this week, the Def Jam co-founder took the threads to demand an apology from the company. HBO, you owe me hundreds of millions of dollars, he alleged. I need my bread for all my charities and family members, specifically my children. You know what you did was horrific and malicious. You can't hide. Ask Oprah or anyone who's ever looked at the evidence available in suit. You intentionally suppressed all of it. I want apology and 100 million. Time to pay. It's unclear why Simmons thinks HBO owes him this kind of cash. Back in June, however, he sued the company for a staggering $20 million. The lawsuit was filed in New York State court. It accuses those behind the Amy Ziering and Kirby Dick directed documentary on the record of defamation. In the lawsuit, Simmons also alleges that evidence that could dispute the sexual assault allegations he's facing was left out of the documentary. Allegedly, the evidence in question includes more than 20 interviews with witnesses that challenge the negative narrative that surrounded him in recent years. He alleges that it was presented to both John Stankey, the CEO of Warner Media at the time, as well as Chairman and CEO HBO and Max Content Casey Bloys. Allegedly, it was ignored. Simmons' attorneys Also accused doc producers of ignoring information that would have been discovered with due diligence and adherence to accepted journalistic standards, in addition to non-polygraph tests. Shortly after the suit was filed, a spokesperson for HBO's parent company issued a response. We dispute Mr. Simmons' allegations, stand by the filmmakers and their process, and will vigorously defend ourselves against these unfounded allegations, they confirmed. Mm-mm. So what I think is uh Russell Simmons is trying to take a page out of Diddy book and like with the Netflix documentary, but unfortunately for Russell Simmons, like the people over there at HBO Max, they not 50 Cent and Netflix, boo. Like they've done their homework. They've done and all them interviews and stuff that you talk about. Clearly, they got it. And for them to not even include it in the documentary, meant it was a nothing burger. It wasn't because honey, in this patriarchal society, right? They wanted each and everything to clear your name before even releasing this documentary because they did not want the hip hop icon that is Russell Simmons to be accused of rape. Not only Russell Simmons or L.A. Reid up in that motherfucker, honey, but the fact that there was overwhelming evidence that was outlined in the documentary. And again, if y'all haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. It was damn good. But honey, I don't know what he thought. Baby, tell it to court. Don't tell us. Go tell Threads. And he already tried to sue for 20 million, and we ain't heard nothing of that. So, honey, you might want to sit this one out, honey. For they collect you. You already ain't got no more hair left. They're gonna collect the. They're gonna come for the scalp over there in Bali. Well, that's that on that. Mm-mm. Audacity of a white man, honey. I tell you. Well, they always say to move like that, don't they? Don't they say it's best to move through life with the audacity of a white man? Oh, we have a comment. Fuck this kneecap head nigga. Okay. Well, that's that on that. Well, our next story, so it looks like Milagro Grams, honey, is asking the court for more time. She said, "Oh, Judge, I need more time, honey. This is just too much. And I just need to tighten up. All my attorneys done quit on me, girl. I need more time, honey." Well, y'all see, I just shared here by way of hot new hip hop. Milagro Grams asked the judge for more time as Megan Thee Stallion case tightens up. Get her ass, Megan. Well, the legal back and forth between Megan Thee Stallion and blogger Milagro Grams just took another turn. However, it's not looking great for Milagro right now. According to court updates, Milagro has officially asked the judge for extra time to respond to Megan's request for court intervention in their ongoing defamation dispute. For context, Megan is asking the court to step in and shut down what her legal team says are false and harmful claims being spread about her online. The rapper wants Milagro ordered to delete past posts and recordings, and she is also pushing for limits on what Milagro can say about her going forward. It is a serious move that could reshape how the situation plays out publicly. Here's where things get messy. Milagro's lawyer requested an additional 15 days to respond, but not because they are putting together an airtight defense. According to reporting from court journalist Megan Cunham, shout out to Megan the Bob, two of Milagro's attorneys have already walked away from the case. That leaves her current legal representation saying they cannot meet the court's existing deadline. The judge did not mince words either. U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams Altanaga warned that if Milagro misses the deadline, the court would grant Megan's request automatically without even hearing Milagro's side. That will be a major win for Megan by default. If the judge ultimately sides with Megan, the ruling will not just affect old posts. It could also restrict Milagro's future commentary about the rapper. Megan's team says this is necessary to stop misleading narratives from continuing to circulate online. As of now, the judge has not ruled on whether Milagro will get the extra time she is asking for. But with lawyers dropping out and deadlines closing in fast, the pressure is clearly mounting. At this point, Milagro's position looks shakier by the day, while Megan's legal strategy continues to gain momentum. Keep your foot on her damn neck, Megan. I know that's right. Judge, I need more time, honey. I need more time. I need to get things together, honey. I need to make some calls, girl. We need more time, honey. And baby, if you missed that deadline, you heard what just happened. Judge Optonaga said, baby, miss it again. They miss it again. And we just gonna go ahead and just move forward with Megan's side. We ain't even gonna hear yours. All right. Well, at this rate, it looks like it's about because who gonna after this, who gonna wanna I mean, unless you a good as defense attorney, or unless you just really just need the money at this point, or need the billable hours, I don't see this as a winnable case. But then I'm also not a lawyer, so that's that. So but that's that on that, child. Oh, this next story, bitch. Do y'all remember the other day? I can't remember exactly when, but I know it was sometime this week. And we talked about DMX being posthumously I can't even say that word, posthumously ordained a minister. That
Mm-hmm.
the church that was giving making him a minister, in his after hmm well, baby, that his estate has come out to say, not so fast, girl. Wait a minute now, what you doing? So I have this link here from Hot New Hip Hop. DMX estate denies authorization of planned posthumous ordination ceremony. Listen, hey, I can't say that I'm mad at this. Well, the estate of Earl DMX Simmons is pushing back against a planned tribute event that claims to ordain the late rapper as a minister. They shared an exclusive statement with All Hip Hop to make it clear that the ceremony is not officially approved or sanctioned. In the statement, the DMX estate addressed growing attention around a service scheduled for Saturday, January 10th of 2026 at Foster Memorial AME Zion Church. The event has been promoted as a posthumous ordination honoring DMX's faith and spiritual legacy. But the estate says it has no involvement. The upcoming ordination of Earl DMX Simmons is not an estate sanctioned event, the statement reads. While we appreciate third party efforts to honor Earl in this way, neither the Foster Memorial AME Zion Church nor Bishop Imhotep are among the representatives of the church with whom he had close ties. The ceremony is reportedly being organized by the Gospel Cultural Center and framed as a symbolic spiritual gesture rather than a formal, I'm going to tear this word up, ecclesiastical, whatever, child, appointment, that word,
Sound it out,
ecclesiastical
baby.
appointment.
Sound it out.
Ecclesiastical, excuse me, thank you. That's how
You
you know
did.
I probably need to go back to church, child. Anywho,
I knew you knew
well,
that word.
as interest in the ceremony continues to circulate, the estate is making it clear that that there are boundaries. Celebrating DMX's faith is welcome, but doing so without approval crosses into murky territory. Bishop Dr. Osiris Imhotep, who has been associated with the event, has described it as an acknowledgement of DMX's public expressions of faith. He pointed to the rapper's long-standing relationship with prayer, scripture, and religious reflection. Moreover, the estate has been pretty involved in protecting and honoring DMX's legacy. More recently, it responded strongly to an online auction that surfaced featuring rare materials connected to the late rapper. As Hot New Hip Hop previously reported, auction house Gotta Have Rock and Roll tried to list more than 30 items said to be tied to DMX. The items included handwritten lyrics, unreleased recordings, vintage performance footage, and cassette tapes containing freestyles and diss tracks. Some of the tapes are reportedly expected to fetch as much as $10,000 each. The estate maintained that the sale was never approved and has warned that legal action may follow. In a statement to TMZ, representatives made their position clear, saying that they were surprised and disappointed to discover the auction, which they say was not authorized or cleared by the estate of Earl DMX Simmons. The estate is clear on not assigning an official's religious title in his name. While they acknowledge the intent behind the tribute, they stress that any event implying formal ordination does not reflect the wishes or authorization of those responsible for protecting his legacy. All right, now that estate says stop playing with her. Oh, they said if I they said if I go back to church, I'll be sweating. Not I burst into flames. No, child, quiet as it kept, I probably won't, girl, because I'll be the realest bitch walking up in there, honey, that they seen in a long time if you really want to wake it up. Look like song. So let me sip my coffee on that. Honey, they don't like a real bitch, honey. A real bitch who say real things. So that's that on that. That estate said, "Girl, stop playing with her. Don't play on his name. We did not authorize this." And I mean, we get it. That's cute, but don't play on his name like that. I know. I just even back when we were talking about it, I just it wasn't. It was off to me, and I think even Gorgeous Moon even mentioned even that doctor's name, like Imhotep. What was his name? Yep, and it's given that. hmm Well, that is that on that, honey. What we got next, child? Oh, y'all. Did y'all hear about Fetty Wap? Fetty Wap is out, honey. He done got out early. Well,
Oh,
welcome home, Fetty Wap.
good for him.
Yes, honey. And I have this link here from Hot New Hip Hop. And y'all should see Fetty Wap delivers message to fans after being released from prison. Well, Fetty Wap is a free man and much sooner than we were all told. The New Jersey rapper, who's now 34, is out of prison as of today, it seems, thanks to a report from Lauren LaRosa. The Breakfast Club panel member shared a video of him speaking with a few people in a meeting room of some sort of addition to a message he has for his fans. It reads, "I want to thank my family, friends, and fans for the love, prayers, and continued support. It truly means everything to me. Right now, my focus is on giving back through my community initiatives and foundation, supporting at risk young children by expanding access to education, early tech skills, and vision care for young kids and students so they can show up as their best selves. I'm committed to moving forward with purpose and making a meaningful impact where it matters most." It goes on to say, overall, this is extremely exciting news for Fetty, his loved ones, and his fan base. Initially, the My Way hitmaker was slated to be freed in March of 2027. However, in the latter third of 2025, starting in September specifically, his release date kept getting bumped up. That month, January 8th, 2027, was the new date to circle. However, in November, it got moved to December 8th of this year. So right now, we are unsure as to why Fetty Wap is out so much earlier. But as the video and message above suggest that they have in this link, he's all smiles and ready to be better and make a difference. For those wondering, the Trap Queen talent was hit with a 6-year prison sentence in 2023 for a federal drug trafficking charge. To be more specific, it was conspiracy to distribute cocaine. Since then, he's been in a low security facility in Minnesota called FCI Sandstone. On top of his bid, Fetty was expected to serve another 5 years of supervised release. We will have to wait to hear more information in the coming days and hours if that stipulation remains. Up until today, we haven't heard from or seen much of what Fetty's looked like during his time behind bars. In the video, he appears to be rocking his dreadlocks. He was also bundled up wearing a black hoodie, a checkered gray and black beanie, and black sweatpants. Mm. Change them change them sweatpants to gray, honey. You know what? And I must say, honey, he gained that prison weight. It's looking like a little snack. But shout out to him and his family. I'm actually friends with one of his cousins. Shout out Christiana. Hey girl. So she and I used to work together. But yeah, one of his cousins. She's real, real nice.
Auntie, you just be 6 degrees of separated from everybody.
I know, and still don't have no banking number. How does that work? I don't. Well, I probably, maybe if I did the homework, I'm sure I will have a banking number somehow, in some way. With especially some of the shows I've done background in. Yeah, I'm a researcher. I know I got a banking number somewhere, child. But yeah, that's that on that. And welcome home, Fetty. I wonder if Fetty J. Blige, honey, Fetty Franklin, honey, that vocal icon, if he's gonna be giving us any music, any new music. I hope so. I like his voice. That is a singing ass nigga.
Can you let him eat his first meal of fried chicken first before you make an album?
Now, you heard what's on the radio. We need singers. Oh, well, y'all, somebody who is not having the same kind of luck, honey. Young Buck, baby. So now this is actually a very interesting story. So y'all see, I shared here by way of all hip hop. Young Buck gets 8-year prison sentence, and here's why he won't see a cell. So, Young Buck has avoided prison time after entering a plea deal in Tennessee that will keep the former junior rapper out of jail despite receiving an 8-year sentence. The Nashville born rapper pled guilty to possessing a weapon after being convicted of a felony in Tennessee court this week. Buck received an 8-year sentence with 30% suspended, meaning he will serve 2.4 years through community corrections rather than behind bars. The community correction sentence means Young Buck will serve his time through supervised probation, community service, and other court ordered programs rather than in a traditional prison setting. This
Hmm.
type of sentence allows offenders to remain in the community while completing their punishment under strict supervision. The charges stem from a 2020 incident involving his then girlfriend that resulted in multiple criminal counts. Youngbuck was originally charged with domestic assault, vandalism over $10,000, and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon following the altercation at his residence. Court records show that Youngbuck's former girlfriend allegedly shot at him during the incident and was also charged with reckless endangerment. The case has dragged on for nearly 6 years, with Youngbuck's trial delayed multiple times before the plea agreement was reached. The year 2025 was a little rough for Youngbuck. In April of 2025, he was sentenced to 30 days in jail for violating his bond conditions at least 6 times, according to the Sumner County District Attorney's Office. The violations included missing court order check ins and failing to comply with other bond requirements. The rapper's incarceration sparked protests from his supporters who gathered outside the Sumner County Courthouse in April of 2025. Dozens of fans and community members held signs and chanted in support of Young Buck, arguing that the charges against him were unjust and that he was being treated unfairly by the legal system. Sheriff's deputies monitored the peaceful protests, which lasted several hours as supporters called for Buck's release and questioned the handling of his case. So, yeah, like I said, very interesting. So, but I have to say that program does not sound like a bad idea. Like like, but you know what? I don't know. I don't know because I'm kind of thinking out loud here because it's like, okay, now if I'm a repeat offender, right, and I know like, maybe if I do something a little less heinous, then maybe I don't have to go sit in bars. I can just go and still be in the community and still be a whole sociopath, and I don't know.
Well, I don't
But
think they will continue to give you that. I mean, that's a chance that you won't get again if you commit a crime. I think
Mhm.
giving people a chance who, sometimes it's rather than just locking them up in the system the way it is today, just rotting in the jail cells and for sometimes for crimes that really don't deserve the time that they give them. There needs to be some kind of rehab now, if even if it's just in prison, because it just doesn't seem to be a lot in there, that they can do other than work in the laundry or the kitchen, like the programs that would teach them some real skills. But a lot of those skills involve weapons type materials. Maybe that's why they don't want to do it, like
Mhm.
teaching them woodworking and metalwork, something like that. But they do that in prisons in other countries, but they keep them under control. I guess
Mhm.
better. I don't know. It's prison just it hurts so many people. You're in jail, locked up a lot of times until you go to trial, and then the charges get dismissed or dropped, or you don't serve no time, and then you've lost your job, you've lost your apartment, you've lost so much just with the system the
Mhm.
way it is today. I don't know, but then people don't want them to get out on bond because we just had a shooting on a city bus the other day.
Oh
Two young
no.
men were shooting at each other and wound up shooting another young person in the leg and wound up killing a 25-year-old white woman. So they found them because they got videos on the buses here now. All the
Mhm.
buses have cameras, so they were on camera doing this. Kill that girl shooting at each other. So, and one of them was already out. He was out on bond. I think the shooter was out on bond for some kind of other crime he had committed. And people are tired of that. So, you know, it's 6'7". Like,
Yeah.
when people do stuff like that, it just makes it harder on the people who really do deserve a chance to be out in the community and continue to try to do right and get themselves, in order after
I'm
a crime.
saying. I'm saying, girl, because when you look like, cause I actually follow on my Twitter, I follow a lot of abolitionists, right?
Hmm.
And they make some damn good arguments. Truly, they do. But I'm just to my core am not because I've just seen like it's too many bad actors out here, and
It is.
unfortunately that makes it those bad actors make it bad for the innocent prisoners,
Hmm.
or whatever you want to
Hmm.
call them. But I just it's I hear you, and you make a damn good argument. But I'm just not there. I'm not there with you. But I support your right to fight for it, and you making a damn good argument.
Well, I mean, I get it both ways. A lot of the crimes that are committed out here, though, are by people who are out on bond. So
Hmm.
it just makes it hard to give somebody a chance, like a first time offender or something, rather than keeping them locked up until their trial because of this. They're out here still committing crimes. So they're getting real tired of that. It's going to be harder and harder for the people to get bond.
Yep.
But truly, they do give. I mean, if you've been arrested 20 times and you was arrested again and they let you out on bond, I mean, what do you really expect? It doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. It's not like these are first time offenders out here. They've got extensive records and all of this stuff. So I don't know, Auntie. It's not enough room in jail for all of them, though. That's one thing.
Yeah.
The
That's for
jails,
sure.
they're just not big enough. They're already overcrowded, and they constantly sending people there every day. So, do we really want to build more prisons? I guess that's the only answer, really.
Mhm. To put them in the churches. They got plenty of room in them churches, especially the mega churches. Put them in there.
And then do what with them?
I don't know, honey, but keep them away from the kids for the time being. Keep them away from women and the kids. Honey. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big problem. No overcrowding. It's forcing them to let a lot of these people go. They just don't physically have the room for them all. So, mm, I don't know.
Um, Now this next story. Now I think what just happened here. This is actually going to be set a precedent for like artists not really speaking out towards like big record labels and stuff like Universal Music Group. Cause did y'all hear about Salt and Pepper and their case against them? Well, honey, we about to talk about it because I just shared this all hip hop link, and you see where it says UMG defeats Salt and Pepper in second high profile victory after Drake win.
Uh,
And it won't because remember, honey, and the Salt and Pepper argument was very different from Drake's. And what Salt and Pepper were pretty much alleged. And matter of fact, let me just go ahead and read about it because I'm sure they got it in the article. Well, UMG scored another decisive legal victory Thursday when a federal judge dismissed Salt and Pepper's lawsuit against the music giant, marking the label's second major court win against prominent rap artists in recent months. Let me read that sentence one more time. Marking the label's second major court win against prominent rap artists in recent months. Okay. Anywho, U.S. District Judge Denise Coate ruled that hip hop pioneers Cheryl James and Sandra Denton failed to establish ownership of the copyrights they were trying to reclaim under federal law. The judge said Salt and Pepper never owned the master recordings from their 1986 agreements and therefore could not terminate rights they never processed. Terminate rights they never possessed. Excuse me. Um, the dismissal represents UMG's latest courtroom triumph after the label successfully defended against Drake's defamation lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar explosive diss track "Not Like Us" in October 2025. Salt and Pepper sued UMG in May of 2025, alleging the label retaliated against their copyright termination efforts by removing classics such as "Push It" and "Shoot" from streaming platforms. The duo argued they follow federal law allowing artists to reclaim music rights after 35 years, but UMG rejected their notices and removed their catalog from Spotify and Apple Music. Judge Coates' ruling emphasized that copyright termination rights only apply to authors who executed original grants. Since Salt and Pepper's complaint failed to show they ever transferred copyrights to anyone else, the court concluded they had no legal standing to terminate non-existent transfers. UMG celebrated the decision with a pointed statement calling the lawsuit baseless and noting they had attempted to resolve the matter privately before litigation began. The label stated that it made multiple efforts to improve Salt and Pepper's compensation and to ensure fans access to their music without any legal obligation to do so. Salt and Pepper's lawsuit had sought declaratory relief, damages, and a permanent injunction to stop UMG from interfering with their rights. Their complaint noted that Push It alone has generated over 210 million Spotify streams and continues earning millions in royalties and sync deals. The dismissal leaves Salt and Pepper without recourse to reclaim their most valuable recordings, while UMG maintains control over a catalog that has generated substantial revenue for decades. The label expressed willingness to continue working with the duo despite the legal defeat. UMG's spokesperson said the company remains open and willing to find a resolution and wants to focus on amplifying Salt and Pepper's legacy for future generations. The music conglomerate legal department has proven particularly effective at dismantling artist challenges to their business practices. That's another sentence I need to read again. The music conglomerate's legal department has proven particularly effective at dismantling artists' challenges to their business practices. So in Drake's case, the court rejected claims that UMG artificially inflated Not Like Us through bots and pay-to-play schemes, finding his evidence consisted of unreliable social media commentary. The label represents both Drake and Kendrick Lamar through different divisions, yet successfully argued Drake's defamation claims were merely an attempt to save face after losing his rap battle. The ruling establishes UMG's position that artists' challenges to their catalog ownership face significant legal hurdles, particularly when original recording agreements lack clear copyright transfers. Both Salt and Pepper and Drake found that federal courts require substantial evidence to support claims against major label practices. UMG's legal team will likely use these victories as precedent when defending against future artist lawsuits challenging their control over valuable master recordings and promotional strategy. Girl, see, not good. And this article outlined it beautifully. This is not a good thing, honey. And
It's
you know what
funny.
it's going to cause? It's going to cause more artists to go the independent route if they
Yep.
already haven't.
You can't fight that big money, honey.
Mm-mm.
That's big, 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 big money.
Huge money. So that's that on that, honey. I hate to hear it. I would say I'm gonna go a stream pusher, but it ain't gonna help the girls in no way.
No.
So
And I don't, while I'm not a Drake fan, I consider him one of their bigger artists. If he couldn't make a dent, you know,
hmm
really, who can?
yep. Well, his stupid ass, he tried to. Now his trying to make a dent. I still don't understand because it's like you shooting yourself in the foot trying to. You like, damn, if I'm going down, I'm taking everybody else down with me. Because it's like he tried to allege they were using like pay for play blocks when they were literally doing that shit for his music. Allegedly. Because let me say allegedly, because they got UMG got big money. Huh? Look at how they defeating all these people in court.
You crazy, but yeah, allegedly. But Drake
Stupid.
really, he's so yeah. He made himself look stupid, and he made his argument look stupid.
Stupid. Just a stupid poutine eating Canadian. Stupid.
I agree.
Well, speaking of somebody else who's stupid, Antonio Brown.
Oh
Well,
shit.
it looks like he's actually getting a little bit of a taste of maybe a little bit of white privilege. I don't know. Maybe because he plays the sports ball.
He don't. Do he still play? I don't think he plays anymore.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I thought he still played. I don't know nothing about that shit. But but what we do know, as by way of TMZ, you see where it says here, Antonio Brown facing attempted murder charges, or facing attempted murder charge, allowed to travel across Florida, honey.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think his antics I think got him he's not on a team anymore.
Ah, damn, homie.
Yeah, he been crazy for a minute now. He did all that stuff with Tom Brady, like talking, oh man. Tom Brady really tried to pull him back in and make sure he had a job. And then he really did Tom Brady dirty.
And we have a question in the chat. Ain't he the nigga that was in the pool with his big black cock out? Yes, that's the very same
Oh,
man.
ow, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
and it was a it was a nice one.
ew.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Well, Antonio Brown and his big black cock will soon
Ew.
Antonio Brown will soon be able to leave the confines of Miami and travel across Florida, if only for a few days, after a judge approved the former NFL star's request to traverse the Sunshine State for business. Brown's lawyer, Mark, is that Eiglarsh, filed a motion on Monday seeking the court's permission to allow Brown to make the 4-hour, roughly 280-mile drive from the southeastern tip of the peninsula to the west coast of the state for 6 days. Hammy, I just want you to know, bitch, I almost said Venezuela, but I stopped myself. I almost said it, bitch. Anywho, so um, during this period, Mr. Brown has several scheduled work related meetings and business engagements with Energetic Exotic, Florida's premier exotic and luxury car rental company, Eyeglass wrote, according to court documents. In addition, he has multiple prearranged music studio sessions. On Friday, Eyeglass told TMZ Sports that Judge Tinkler Mendez granted their motion despite objections from prosecutors. While it's for business, it'll likely be a nice little escape for Brown, who was placed on house arrest, albeit the most lax form, in November during a court appearance stemming from a second degree attempted murder charge. AB was extradited from the United Arab Emirates late last year after a warrant for his arrest was issued. All stemming from Brown's alleged actions at an Aiden Ross boxing event in May, where he's accused of trying to murder a former friend, Zul Karnayan Kwame Nantambu. Antonio's facing a second degree attempted murder charge, but because of potential aggravating factors, he could face up to 30 years in prison if convicted. Mm-mm. Lock him in that big ass black dick away, honey. They say too many penis references in one story of the peninsula. Touche.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Well, it ain't our fault, honey. Look, blame Jesus. It ain't our fault y'all be carrying them damn 3 legs in your pants, honey.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I need you to drink some ice water. Cool down.
You're right, girl. Let me sip on my coffee.
I didn't say hi. I said ice water.
I know, because
Cool.
I think the coffee made it worse. Like, damn,
I
am I even more
know.
horny? What's going on?
You look amped up today.
Well, so remember this next story, child. So remember how we went over a story yesterday? We were talking about, oh, and first of all, hey puppy. I forgot to say hey to puppy. But remember how we went over a story yesterday and we talked about how Nick Reiner and they trying to pretty much make it seem like his killing his parents is everybody else's fault but his child. Well, now he's actually thinking that too, girl, because he was like, well, why am I in jail? I'm white. I should not be here. And you all should see where I just shared here by way of TMZ. Nick Reiner believes he's the victim of a conspiracy after parents' murder.
Why are they why are they listening to the crazy person? Why are they giving him a voice? Oh my God.
Because they got a documentary that they got coming on tonight at 8 o'clock, and y'all better not even watch that bullshit.
Fuck Tim. Oh, you brought me. Oh, you know that made me mad again. How you gonna have a documentary on something that happened last week, bitch? That shit don't make no fucking sense.
Get them, girl.
And Harvey should know fucking better.
He
You
should know.
do documentaries after trials, after everything has come to conclusion, so you can gather all the information. How you doing a documentary before the shit even happened?
He said, I want that shit now.
Fuck him. I can't stand his ass.
Well, I mean, this story, when I tell you this story, is so like, I'm just, girl. Well, Nick Reiner knows he killed his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner, but he doesn't understand why he's in jail. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. TMZ has a documentary. TMZ investigates the Reiner murders, what really happened, airing tonight on Fox and dropping Saturday on Hulu. Our sources say Nick is delusional and believes the people who put him behind bars are engaged in a conspiracy against him. Our sources say Nick's fatal mental spiral occurred about a month before the murders when doctors changed the meds he was taking for schizoaffective disorder, a severe mental illness that causes delusions, hallucinations, and mania. The meds made him increasingly dangerous and erratic. We're told the meds are still not working properly. Well, that's clear. Anywho, um, we know Nick's team was proceeding down a path of pleading him not guilty by reason of insanity. Fact is, that plea does not require proof that the defendant, like Nick, didn't know the difference between right and wrong. The key is whether he understood the character and quality of his actions. Even if the murders were premeditated, it's possible for a jury to reach a verdict of not guilty by reason of insanity. And then I'm not even gonna read the last sentence because it's promoting that damn documentary. So yeah, white privilege. Oh no, I should not be here. I'm white. There is a conspiracy. I should be able to kill my parents in peace because I'm white, bitch.
Tell that to the Menendez brothers.
Oh, 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 oh. Well, there you go. Well, honey, that is that on that. Bitch. Well, let me tell you who white privilege is working for, honey. So y'all may not remember this, but back on my show on September 2nd of last year, we did a story about Nicholas Braun. Do you remember Nicholas Braun? And he's an actor from the show Succession. What was his name in the show? It was cousin somebody. Cousin somebody from, but he also was in the movie Zola and stuff like that. But we learned that he got caught up with a DUI. Well, baby, it's like it never even happened. Look at that white privilege work, honey. And y'all should see where I just shared here by way of TMZ. Succession star Nicholas Braun's DUI arrest record completely expunged. Completely expunged, bitch. Well, Succession star Nicholas Braun is free and clear after his DUI arrest last summer. TMZ has learned the record has been completely expunged. Ab Harris, a rep for New Hampshire judicial branch, tells TMZ not only has the DUI case has been dropped against Braun, but as of December 10th of 2025, a judge granted a petition to annul the record. A certificate of annulment was issued December 17th, meaning the public record has been completely erased, like it never existed. We reached out to police, prosecutors, and Braun's defense attorney to find out exactly why the charges were dropped. So far, no word back. But this is all great news for Braun, considering he owns a bar called Ray's in New York City. As we reported, good old cousin Greg, that was his name, cousin Greg in Succession. Good old cousin Greg pled not guilty to the misdemeanor DUI charge he was arrested for in August. The 37-year-old actor was ordered to stay away from alcohol, narcotics, and controlled substances while the case was still active. But that's all behind him now. Nicholas, of course, has appeared in several movies, including Zola and The Perks of Being a Wallflower. But you can likely see him next in his own bar now that he can, uh, I guess, drink again. Cheers. God, look at that whiteness work, honey. Completely expunged, baby, like it never existed, and didn't even take a
Hell,
week to do it.
that was magic, cause there's a lot of white folks that's wrapped up in that. They ain't got that white privilege is not doing that for them. So he
Mhm.
got something little magic going on over there.
Baby, he said, voila, magic, honey. He probably maybe, I don't know what, promised them free drinks, unlimited drinks at the bar. I don't, child.
Cause
So,
what's that dude from it's a lot of people. It's a lot of white folks that's like, wait a minute, how you do that?
hmm well, let's go from white people asking how you do that to why you doing that. Because remember, we talked the other day about Spencer Pratt's ass talking about running for fucking mayor. Girl.
Shut up. I'm glad I missed that. Why are we running it back? What?
Because well, we're running it back simply because Karen Bass's her strategist is saying, "Nigga, sit your ass down." Well, he didn't say it like that, of course, but well,
We
y'all should see.
picking on.
I share here by way of TMZ. LA mayor strategist slams Spencer Pratt after he announces he's running. So, Spencer Pratt, Spencer Pratt announced his run for mayor of Los Angeles yesterday, but Karen Bass's team doesn't seem worried. As we reported, the 42-year-old reality star announced his new mayoral bid on the first anniversary of the Pacific Palisades wildfire, which destroyed more than 6,000 structures, including the house Pratt shared with his wife Heidi Montag and their two sons. Since the tragedy, Spencer has engaged in fiery exchanges with California politicians, encouraging fans to call for him to run for office. While he's answered the call, not everyone seems to think it's a good idea. Mayor Karen Bass's campaign strategist, Douglas Herman, tells TMZ it's no shock that in advance of his imminent book release, a reality TV villain who once staged a fake divorce to boost ratings and spent the last summer spewing post fire misinformation and disinformation to pump up his social media following would announce he's running for mayor. Baby, I just have to say, that was a read. That was a read. Anywho, remember, Spencer and Heidi admitted to faking a split in order to boost their careers after their income from the hills was reportedly drying up. Spencer's book, The Guy You Love to Hate Confessions from a Reality TV Villain, is expected to hit shelves and tablets January 27th. He announced his book tour 3 weeks ago with dates in New Jersey and Los Angeles. While Spencer has gone after several California lawmakers, he's perhaps attacked none harder than Governor Gavin Newsom. The
Oh, is that a surprise? Attacking a black woman so hard, of course.
The, well, it says the governor's office called Spencer a C-list reality TV star after he attacked Newsom for a controversial ordinance. Newsom's office insisted the governor had nothing to do with the bill, which would have allowed low-income properties to be built on burnt land in the Palisades, but the proposed legislation never went into effect anyway. In an interview with KABC TV Tuesday, Bass said she's always thinking about the Palisades, and she will not rest until the Palisades looks like it did before January 7th of 2025. She also commented on the They Left Us Burn rally, where Spencer made his mayoral announcement saying, I think there are people who are profiting off this, and that is what I find very despicable. Intentionally putting out misinformation, intentionally profiting from social media, book deals, etc. I think that's unfortunate. She added, to me, I hope it's about healing and moving forward and getting this community back. Every single Palisadian that wants to come back. That should be the focus. Focus, excuse me. I said focus. Anywho, yeah, so that's that on that, honey. I mean, and I think I agree with Mr. Douglas Herman. It is not a good idea. Sit your ass down and promote your book and get out of our face.
Please, we already got enough reality TV going on in our government as is. And Spencer and Heidi always been the fucking wrong timing ass problematic people. Ugh.
Agreed. And you know what? But unfortunately, he's not going to sit down because he got other reality TV people encouraging his silly ass, like fucking Brody Jenner. So yeah.
Another privileged ass white boy. Please be fucking for real. Ugh.
Well,
This
yes.
just got my nerves bad. Cause I just want to bitch slap both they little bitches.
And you should see here what it says by way of TMZ. Brody Jenner, who needs to be slapped by Gorgeous Moon, supports Spencer Pratt for LA mayor, calls reality TV a hard job.
I bet it's the only job you've ever had. Be fucking for real. Oh my God. I
Well,
can't do privileged white boys right now. This is disgusting.
okay, ain't it just cringy, honey? Well, Spencer Pratt works as a horror. Spencer Pratt works as hard in reality TV as anyone who has a traditional 9 to 5 gig. So says his fellow co-star, The Hill's Brody Jenner. The son of Caitlyn Jenner took to social media to defend his pal after Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass's office ridiculed his mayoral candidacy announcement, calling it a little more than a publicity stunt to sell his new book. Brody's telling people not to underestimate Spencer, pointing out the guy has a degree in political science from USC, but he chose to stick with reality TV because he recognized the great opportunity. On top of being, quote unquote, one of the smartest people Jenner knows, Pratt's also one of the hardest workers, with Jenner asserting that shooting any TV show, even reality TV, is tough because of the packed filming schedule. Okay, girl. Brody claims it's often more demanding than many traditional jobs, though we'd guess there are quite a few construction workers out there who might disagree. You better wake it up, TMZ. This is the first right thing you said. Okay, anywho, Jenner wraps up his post by adding Pratt's got his voice because he's at least got the courage to stand up to corrupt career politicians who aren't moving the great state of California forward. Pratt promised to expose the system when announcing his campaign, with his main focus centering around the alleged mismanagement by LA politicians before, during, and after the devastating Pacific Palisades fire in January 2025. Dismissive local leaders beware. Looks like Spencer's got the support of some very famous friends. Girl, the fuck, bye. Okay. And that's that on that, child. Oh, we have a comment. Where my pressure pills? I know that's right.
Exactly. Pass them to me, cause ooh God,
Well, go
they
ahead and take
just
that pressure pill, honey, because we got another. Let's talk about another. While we on the Jenners, honey, let's talk about his sister, Kendall.
why? Oh no, damn. This is not a good day. Ew.
Well, Kendall, honey, Kendall is denying she has ever had any plastic surgery. Any plastic surgery, honey. So y'all should see I just shared here by way of TMZ. Kendall Jenner says she's never had any plastic surgery. So there's a little quick video. She was on the what's the name of this podcast? It's called the In Your Dreams podcast. And she was just talking, I've never had, pretty much just kind of throwing all her sisters under the bus, honey. I know that's right, girl. She said, no, this face is fresh. All I had was just a little bit of Botox in the forehead, just a little bit. But no, this is fresh face. So this is what freshness looks like. So let's just see what she has to say about that.
Okay, wait, keep going. Sorry. So you're not
What
going to
was I
convince
saying?
anyone about.
Oh yeah, I'm not here to convince
Yeah.
anyone, but I'm just here to tell you the truth.
Totally. Totally.
Which is the fact that I've never had any plastic surgery on my face, nothing. I've never had any work done. I told you the only thing I've done twice, I've done baby Botox in my forehead. I didn't love it and I don't love it and I consider it sometimes, but then I'm like, my eyebrows are so straight and low to my eyes that I actually really like enjoy the movement that I have.
Totally.
So if anything, I did it for like fine lines, but
Do you feel
other
like
than
it
that,
got
I've only done PRP.
rid of the fine lines?
For temporarily, it
Yeah.
like goes away. I'll see videos of me and a professional, a licensed doctors on Instagram or TikTok, and they're doing a breakdown of all the surgeries
I've seen that.
had
I've seen
and
that.
all the work I've had done and all these things. And I've seen them of other people too, of course.
I've never
and,
seen
and
it of
people
you.
that I know that have never had those things done and things like that. But what I want to say is that I do find it really damaging because then
Yeah.
I think young people, like you were saying, you did that at 18 and
Totally.
sometimes we just have curiosity and all those things. But
Totally.
it can affect young people in such an interesting way because then they see that and they're like, oh my God, that's what I have to do to look like that. And then they go rush and they do something silly,
Me.
maybe at a young age, and they don't realize that.
Totally.
I mean, we all make silly decisions at young ages and maybe things that later on we regret.
I don't understand why 18 to 20-year-olds are worried about fine lines. Like,
Listen, wake it the fuck up. Are y'all kidding me? but
and that's why they be looking crazy. So,
But also keep in mind, Moon, we are also speaking with Black privilege. Maybe like non-Black
the
people,
only privilege we got.
yeah. 'Cause seriously, maybe non-Black people, that is something that they truly have to worry about around those ages. And what actually woke it up for me, a white friend of mine who just got married. Shout out to him. Hey Tom. So he we were at work one time on the break and we were just talking and he actually saw a picture of mine on Facebook. You know how Facebook tells you like the on this day or whatever. And at that time it was a picture from 8 years ago. And he
Mhm.
was like shocked. Like he was like, "Oh my God, you look the exact same as you did from 8 years ago." Now, in Black language, that's really not because 8 years for Black people is like, okay, like, yeah, 8 years ain't that really, it doesn't really make much of a change for us in 8 years. However, when it came to him, baby, oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God, because I see what he was talking about. It was like two very different people. So I said, I guess I can see why he was surprised.
Oh, white people morph multiple times during their lives.
Oh,
Sometimes you
oh
don't
my,
even know they are the same from child to like I've never seen so much change in white people. Like,
oh my God, do you see this comment?
no, wait, hold on, let me
It
look.
says like curdled milk.
Well,
Oh
well, some of them do move like curdle milk.
my God.
No, it really does. Because if you go, I went to my class reunion and there were people like, oh, you remember da 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 da. And I was like, who the fuck are you? No, I don't. No, who? I don't have no recollection. But then
Yeah,
there are some white people that do look the same,
yeah.
and that's kind of rare for them because they usually morph multiple times into different people. And you're like, who are you?
Yeah, and we certainly do have Black privilege when it comes. Because remember, Moon, when we first met, remember I told you I thought I was older than you, and was very shocked when I found out it was the other way around.
Yeah. And I still be having, like I said, every day I wake up and I'll be like, shit, I'm old. God damn, what is happening? You know, all these videos. Oh, she's a cougar, 42. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm in blue past 42. God damn. Such is life. But I
Child,
don't
go
think
through.
Kendall had any. She's the only. Honestly, I believe her. She's the only one. The younger sister, though, she reconstructed her face. I still. That is the best plastic surgery I've ever seen on anyone. Reconstructing a whole face.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never. That is some. That doctor's hands was touched by God because it must be a combination of her youth and his skills because baby, he pulled nothing. I mean, he pulled something from nothing because that child,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to say she didn't have plastic. Oh, bitch, I know you fucking lying. Why you trying to say
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have no surgery? Girl, you have a whole new face. Please.
And I don't know, would y'all consider Botox to be part of? So I guess I
Eh,
can understand why some people wouldn't consider that, like, because some people
Mm-mm.
use it like, for headache purposes and stuff. But I don't know. I think that's still
And it's
kind of
very temporary. It's very temporary.
okay. Okay.
Because you would have to keep it up. Like, you have to get it done every couple months or whatever. It wears off, you know. And Kylie's facial reconstruction, that she's got some, that give her like a decade.
Damn.
Hmm.
All right, girl. What you know what you got to do in 2032? Oh, we have a comment. We still talking about this? Well, we don't have to no more, baby. We can talk about something even worse.
Oh
So,
shit.
well, our next story, fans are wondering why did Young Thug change his profile photo to a photo of Kevin Gates sucking on toes?
Oh shit. Yeah, this is worse. Please, we could have stayed with the. And I don't even fuck with the Kardashians, Jenners, but we could go back because absolutely not.
I'm sorry, I almost just choked on my coffee. Oh my God. Okay. Well, y'all say I just share here by way of hot new hip hop. Young Thug randomly changes his Instagram profile picture to Kevin Gates sucking toes. Well, outside of joining the F the Streets movement, Young Thug has been doing his own thing since releasing Uy Scuddy in September. However, the Atlanta rapper is drawing some attention to himself after making a peculiar move on his Instagram account. As caught by his fans, Thugger decided to change his picture to a photo of fellow MC Kevin Gates. However, it's not a normal picture by any means. In fact, it couldn't be further from the regular. Well, as you can see, uh, it's of the Louisiana native sticking his tongue in between a woman's toes. Fans cannot believe their eyes, with Thug's biggest fan account, Thugger Daily, warning everyone to even steer clear of his page. Man, don't go look at Young Thug's new Instagram profile pic. The page says per bars. However, folks' curiosity got the best of them. Why did he put this as his profile picture on Instagram? With crying, laughing emojis, one user writes. Should have listened to you, man. I didn't need to see that. Another admits. A third replies, I really need to start minding my business. It will be interesting to see if Kevin Gates or Thug decides to explain themselves. In other news, and this is actually the real story, by the way. In other news, Young Thug secured a nice legal win stemming from his RICO case. After his arrest, he had a lot of his luxury items and money seized. Not too long after he returned from the multi-year trial, it was expected that he would have his things returned. Around $150,000 in cash, cars, and jewelry were among the belongings he was due to have back. However, that process hasn't been smooth, but as of today, we have learned that Fulton County Judge Paige Reese Whitaker approved the MC's motion to dismiss an appeal from the state that would have tried to deny his possessions being returned. Now, the state of Georgia must give those seized things back to him by 5 p.m. on today, Friday, January 9th. Mm-hmm. So,
They thought they was gonna keep his money.
honestly, they would
Ooh,
have if he not fought.
damn me twice.
Yeah, and you know what? Because I love y'all, I decided not to show. You see how nice I am? I didn't even show the profile picture of the toe sucking.
Thanks, because
So y'all
I'm
can't
not
say
even
I'm not
gonna
a
go
nice.
look. I don't even care. How about that?
Oh, it's right in here. It's right in here,
That's all right.
honey.
I'm not gonna look. I know how to mind my business. Your description of it was just enough for me. Thank you.
Well, now speaking of some other things, Shinsia, girl, Shang Yang, what are you doing, honey? I wish the Jamaican Queen was up in here because I'm sure I would love to hear her commentary on this. But baby, why are they saying Shinsia and DDG are linking up in Nigeria, honey? And y'all see, I just shared here by way of Hot New Hip Hop, Shinsia and DDG set off dating rumors after linking up in Nigeria. Well, the internet is already in a full Baywatch mode to kick off 2026, and this time all eyes are on DDG and Shinsia. Social media started buzzing after footage surfaced showing the two artists together in Nigeria while celebrating the new year, leaving fans asking one simple question: What's really going on? No, really, Shinsia, what's really going on, girl?
Are we
Anyhow,
talking about doo doo garbage?
yes,
Ooh,
Doodle Gar-
Lord.
girl, and Shinsia, who's supposed to be a rebel, honey. You
Uh,
can't tell me what they do, what they go, outfit dress. That's my shit, honey.
Okay,
And
rebel could still be a bird.
you know what? You're right, because clearly. Well, videos making the rounds online show DDG and Sincia linking up overseas, and that was more than enough to send timelines into speculation overload. Neither artist has commented on the nature of the trip, but that hasn't stopped fans from breaking down every clip, angle, and vibe like it's a full investigation. The pairing caught people by surprise, especially since both have been moving pretty independently lately. Shinsia has been outside globally, balancing music, fashion moments, and international appearances, while DDG continues to stay visible through his music, content, and nonstop online presence. Seeing their paths cross in Nigeria felt random to some and very intentional to others. Of course, there's also the possibility that this was just a friendly link up or a shared New Year's celebration with overlapping circles. Still, the timing and location have fans convinced there might be more to the story. 100% his type, one person commented on the video. So far, both DDG and Shinsia have stayed silent, letting the clips do all the talking. No captions, no explanations, just enough mystery to keep the internet guessing. Whether this turns into something official or fades into a quick holiday moment remains to be seen. The new year barely started, and celebrity rumor season is already in full swing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I
These
think they might.
people really trying to. Y'all care about doo-doo garbage that much? Like,
No, we care about Shinsia, girl, because you're supposed to be better than that. Why are you linking up with him?
oh, I mean, we say that about you, but you don't want better. That's what you tell us.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. So in that case, Shinsia, I get it, girl. You know, I was this close to judging you just a little bit, but you know what? I'm a hold back, cause girl, I've been there, honey, and probably will still go there. Take me through that. Take me through that with a problematic ass nigga, honey. So it is what it is. With some of us like what we like.
And he
Get
up there wearing a fucking muscle shirt. Oh my God, he's so fucking pathetic. Ugh.
But girl, do you know he's a stalker? Allegedly. You better be careful with that, girl. I'm still listen. I'm still, and we kind of. I feel like that shit was actually swept under the rug about him when Hallie was away. Remember when she was away doing her movie or whatever she was doing? She was doing a project or something. And that motherfucker, when they were separated, snuck into her house and then gonna go into her bedroom and take a picture of the empty bed and then gonna text it to her.
She
Nigga,
should have.
what?
She should have known then. But she probably thought that shit was cute at the time too.
She
Ugh,
probably
God.
did. And my whole
I
thing
want
is
better for us.
hell, and I feel like we there are too many like true crime documentaries. There are too many like Fatal Attraction episodes. There are too many snapped episodes that show that stuff like that happens like right before somebody is killed. Ultimately, like shit like that be
Hmm.
happening. Are you
Hmm.
kidding me? And then him stalking that girl. I forget her. I always forget her name. I wish Leonka was here because she reminds me of that girl's name. But when she was out just having lunch, posting on her Snapchat, and he just appeared just smiling and shit. How did
Yes,
you know
he
I
was a
was here,
weirdo.
motherfucker? What the hell?
Doo-doo garbage. Mm. I said as soon as when Hallie got, I said, why she get with that? Why she get with that boy? Why she get with that? He is going the peak of her career, girl. What is you do? Oh, release us, Lord.
Well, you know what? I think she knew what she was doing. That's probably why she hid that pregnancy at first. She knew it.
What do you mean? You know she knew she fucked up? Yeah, I mean, well, her
Hmm.
baby's a blessing, but fucking with that nigga,
Yeah, she
mm.
knew what he was, and my ass was blinded by young love. I'm like, oh, they're so cute. Oh, I'm
Mm-mm.
hoping for them. Oh, whole time I needed to shut the fuck up and stay out of straight people business.
I said, girl, bruh, what is you doing? You finna be a mermaid Disney prince? Like, girl, bye. What is you doing? Ooh, we be sabotaging our own damn selves sometimes. Lord have mercy.
Hmm. Oh, we have a comment. Okay, that's nice. What's next? Well, what's next? Libra Queen, out of curiosity.
Ain't no fucking curiosity, okay? There is none.
Thank you. We know how to mind our business.
Well, so I think I know the answer to this question. Have y'all ever heard of a person by the name of Stove God Cook?
Every time you come up with a name, I'll go, maybe this will be the time I know who they are. Mm-mm.
Well, we're gonna talk about him because any chance that I can talk about something with Rock Nation or Messy Dancing, we're gonna talk about it. So y'all see, I just shared this link from Hot New Hip Hop. Stove God Cooks asks Jay-Z for help getting out of his deal. So Stove God Cooks is done being quiet about his situation, and he's asking for help from one of hip hop's biggest power players. The Syracuse born rapper recently jumped on Instagram and took to his story with a direct message for Jay Z. He wrote, Yo, Hove, get me out of this shit. A post that immediately started making rounds online. The plea comes as fans continue to wonder why Stove God hasn't released a new album in years. His last full length project, Reasonable Drought, dropped back in 2020 and quickly became a cult favorite. It was praised for its gritty storytelling and stellar production. Since then, there's been plenty of anticipation, but no follow-up album. He has released a couple of singles, including El Pueblo and Goat Stamp, which fans were surprised and excited about since they were unexpected releases. However, according to speculation, the delay has less to do with creativity and more to do with business. Stove God is said to be still tied to Baby Grand Records, and the deal appears to be holding up his ability to release new solo music. While he still stayed visible through standout guest verses and close ties with Westside Gunn and the Griselda Camp, fans have been vocal about wanting a proper album release. So, by publicly tagging Jay Z, Stove God is clearly leaning into the idea of Hove as a symbol of artist freedom and industry savvy. Jay Z has long been viewed as someone who understands the traps of bad deals and how to escape them, making him an obvious figure to call on, even if the post was partly tongue in cheek. So far, there has been no response from Jay Z, Rock Nation, or Baby Grand. Still, the moment has sparked renewed conversation about artist contracts, stalled careers, and how often talented rappers get stuck in limbo behind the scenes. Free Stove God, one user commented on Twitter. I like the idea of rappers just calling Hove like the bat signal, or as if he's one of the rapper Avengers, another person joked. Whether this public call for help turns into a real movement remains to be seen. But it's clear that Stove God Cooks wants out, and fans are more than ready for whatever he drops next. Hmm. Look like stovetop stuffing or C spot run. I know that's right. Child, so what that was, right? So y'all remember how in a couple of years back, when all that story about Missy Daisy and her daughter was going on, there was an artist by the name of Hit Boy, or a super producer by the name of Hit Boy, who just pretty much praised Rock Nation and Missy Daisy because they helped me get all my masters and this and that they're just such amazing people, and that's what I think is going on here, honey. I think Stove God Cooks was reached out to by Messy Dancing in her camp and said, "Hey, do us a favor. Just act like Jay Z is that nigga, and get the fans talking and see what we can do." Now I can't prove this, allegedly, but I'm just saying because
If the people are doing that, people really need to get hobbies. Get a
yes,
hobby.
people are doing that.
Get a hobby. I mean, can you look around at our country, what's going on? I mean, do that. Let's fix that. And then we could go back to this foolery, I guess.
Mhm. Oh, and I'm sorry, Gorgeous Moon. I forgot to tell you that was a 3-story warning. So Stove God was my third story.
Well, somebody in the chat might be happy. It's ending soon.
Well, one thing that person in the chat may not be happy about because, oh my God, you guys, oh my God. Britney Spears. Britney Spears said that she's never performing in America again. Oh my God.
Okay, old Brittany, we don't care because you're not young Brittany.
Well, and you see, I just shared here by way of TMZ. Britney Spears says she will never perform in the US again. Oh, now we have in the chat. I'm fine with that. Well, Britney Spears calls the shots, and she's saying that she will never perform in the United States again. The Princess of Pop shared the shocking news on Instagram last night, explaining to fans she never plans to step foot on stage in America because of extremely sensitive reasons. However, she's ready to perform overseas, teasing shows in the UK and Australia very soon with her son. She gushed, "He's a huge star, and I'm so humbled to be in his presence." She also said she's sending the piano in the photo. She sending the piano in the photo, and she posted to her son, seemingly willing to help her kiddo in any way she can. Britney did not reveal which son she's speaking about, but she previously applauded her younger son, Jaden James, over his musical prowess. She and Jaden have a tight relationship and have spent some time together over the last year. Plus, we told you the pair spent Christmas together. Meanwhile, her older son, Sean Preston, celebrated with his aunt, Jamie Lynn, and her family. Brittany also addressed her signature Instagram dancing videos in her latest post, telling fans, interestingly enough, I dance on IG to heal things in my body that people have no idea about. Yep, it's embarrassing sometimes, but I walk through fire to save my life. The toxic singer has said her freestyle dancing helps her move through past trauma in the past, and we are seated and ready to watch, including her possible upcoming performances with her son,
Mm-mm,
excuse me.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
I'm right. Okay, girl.
She fooled everybody and got her off them papers, and then went buck ass wild, child. No, thank
hmm
you.
Y'all,
She pulled a caper on the people.
y'all, honey, I told you I ain't had nothing for her ass, honey. So the moment I learned that she was a whole Karen, I said, "Oh no, no, thank you. Karen Spears can stay right over there. Mm-mm, no, thank you." And speaking of that boy, Victor Wembanyama, because I didn't know any idea of who he was until that whole incident happened. But I saw that he was playing the other night when a sports ball game was on the TV. I was like, "Oh, that's that really tall guy." Victor Wemby, who Britney Spears tried to grab and got mad that the security knocked
Mm-hmm,
that shit off.
mm-hmm.
And I think the last time we read about him, I think was he like trying to go into being a monk, but I think that turned out to not be true or something like that.
I don't know anything about that, but okay.
Mm,
He been playing.
mhm.
He's French. He's from France.
Well, yep. Ever since I found out she was a Karen, honey, I don't really got me. It was cute, Her first album is actually iconic. That Blackout album is probably, arguably, one of the best pop albums out there to this very day. But I don't fuck with no Karen. So, mm-mm.
Yeah, but that was after she got released off her papers. Mm. But the daddy was like, "I told y'all."
So I try to tell y'all asses. Mm-hmm.
Let her go.
Well, speaking of
Bye.
somebody else. Oh, sorry, bro.
Say, let her go. Bye, girl.
Yeah. Well, speaking of someone else who doesn't like Karens, Amanda Seals. Well, and y'all remember when Joe Rose was here last week? She was telling us how that's one person that she would love to collaborate with. I
Hmm.
understand because I'm actually a fan of Amanda Seals myself. But
Sometimes
oh,
she be pushing it. She be fucking pushing it.
I like her because at the end of the day, she's pro-black, pro-woman, pro-queer. So I'm here for it.
And sometimes she's not. Sometimes she be getting, but okay.
Oh,
Mm.
well, I just share here by way of hot new hip hop. Amanda Seals explains why she refuses to go on the Joe Budden podcast, honey.
Girl, did they ask you?
Yes, a lot of people have asked her to go on there.
No, did Joe Budden ask? Not
Oh,
the people. Did Joe ask you to come on there?
that's a good question.
And see,
I wouldn't
now
see
I'm
why
mad
not.
because now her stupid ass got me defending Joe Budden. I don't even like that motherfucker. See? See? This is how she's toxic, problematic.
I don't know. That's a good question, but I wouldn't see why not. Why Joe wouldn't want, especially if he got people like Mark Lamont Hill on there. Like I'm sure he would want some intelligent people on there. I think.
Mm.
Well, here is a clip of why she explains why she pretty much because they were just talking. It's been too much of them talking shit about her on the show, and she just chooses not to go that route.
Would I go on the Joe Budden podcast? I just don't want to go places no more where people have said things mean about me. Like I wouldn't have gone on Tasha K if I had actually done the research that I should have done and seen the way that she's talked about me in the past. She was lovely in person. I'm not going to take that from her, but the way that she has spoken about me in the past is deplorable. Deplorable. Like truly, truly deplorable. So like there's people on that podcast that I consider my friends, right? I've known Joe since I was 19, but then he has other people on there that I'm just not interested in talking about or talking to. And they have my name in their mouth, and I just feel like they are not of any
Okay, that's the one part, and this is the last part.
interest to me. that's my answer to that. But like Dr. Mark Lamont Hill and Don't Call Me White Girl, like those are my friends. I will watch Dave's comedy, but I'm not going to give you feedback on it. I'm also a sensitive person. I'm a sensitive gal. So it's like, I don't like when people that don't know me have shit to say about me, and I don't like when people that do know me have shit to say about me. So it's like, don't talk about me unless it's positive. That's how I feel. Because a lot of times people can't seem to just talk about the thing I'm talking about. They have to talk about like me as a what they consider me as a person, and it's like, but you don't even know me as a person.
So that's that on that, and then this article ends with, I think there was something that says Joe Budden is the only podcaster Amanda Seales refuses to sit down with. Last month, she discussed her relationship with Charlamagne the God of the Breakfast Club, revealing that the two are no longer friends. Why would I do a podcast with Charlamagne? We had a great chemistry until I realized he was a ridiculous person and he was a snake. So then we don't have great chemistry anymore. He's not an intellectual. Like he reads books. He's not a dummy, but he's not an intellectual. He's not. He don't got no backbone. He sits there and regurgitates the same crap, Seal said, as caught by the root.
Well, she kind of ate that one. But two cancers not getting along. Oof, that's scary. Oh well. Mm,
Well,
mm.
cancer men don't get along with that.
I actually, I get along with a lot of cancer. I get along with most cancers in general. There's sometimes I don't, but
And you know
like
what? You're absolutely right. That was not fair for me to say. Cancer men are actually great people, just not as boyfriends or
or
husbands.
husbands, yeah. But Amanda, sometimes I mean she be going off, and sometimes she be really right, and sometimes she be really wrong. But also she doesn't think that she's the problem. Like when you fall out with everybody all the time, girl, sometimes it's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. I rock with you when you're right, but sometimes you're not right. You're not. You are a very effective. Those people who really can talk really fast and spew out points to dominate the conversation to make their point, or to make like their point is correct. She kind of has that skill, the gift of gab type of thing, but sometimes she's really wrong. And girl, all these people falling out or doing something wrong to you, are you sure it's not you at any point? Okay.
Now, one thing I wish she wouldn't have done was that whole, because that shit was a waste of time, honey. That sit down with them black conservatives. And I'm like, why did I even watch this bullshit? I already knew from the beginning it was gonna be some bullshit. And sure enough, it was a
Well,
whole hour and
Jubilee is a waste of time at this point.
yeah,
What was she?
yeah.
It's just the entertainment grab, click grab, rage bait shit.
What was she selling that she went off on the people about?
Who? Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
She was selling something?
Mm-hmm. And
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember if the orders were slow coming or, I mean, she went off. I forget what it was.
Um, I run a
Yeah.
small business on her Calabasas home. Oh, retail includes selling her Calabasas home.
No, it wasn't about a house. It was a product she was selling. A book or something. I can't remember.
Selling her art and books, like what would the ancestors say? Huh, I guess. Oh, she's selling her home, child. Oh, money tight. Sure.
I'm going to Google. And it does say something. It says Amanda Seals was selling merchandise through her business, Amanda Land Export,
Mm-hmm.
which included unique items meant for emotional and education enrichment. but she recently faced issues with shipping delays and canceled some orders, leading to backlash from fans.
Yeah, yeah. I think if they complain, she cancel they order some shit. I mean, she went off on Twitter about it. So yeah, she was pissed off because people would complaining about the shipping and taking so long and yeah,
Yeah, she does that.
that's why she's selling her home now.
Oh,
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't think she has I mean, you fall out with Issa Rae at this point, who gonna pick you up?
well, it wasn't Issa she fell out with. It was Issa's assistant.
I thought she came for Issa. She said something slick about Issa too.
She pretty much just said how Issa didn't. She kind of sat back and let it happen. But no, her problem one with Issa, it was always with that assistant girl who threw shade.
Mm.
And actually, actively, that's where it came from. Because Amanda, she was like, hey, I'm coming to this party and hang with y'all. But apparently, she's trying to make it seem like the cast don't like Amanda. Like, oh, we just don't rock with her. So when she's trying to sit down, at the seat with everybody, oh, we don't have a seat for you. What do you mean you don't have a seat for me? Well, so and so was supposed to get my seat. Oh, the girl who got a problem with me was supposed to get my seat. Okay, girl. That's how that all went down. So now it was a whole. Now I sound like I'm defending Amanda Fields, but yeah, it was just.
I just let you go off. Go ahead, boo. You
But
got
her
it.
problem was never with Issa. And she's went on record to say that it wasn't Issa. It was that girl.
Hmm. I don't know.
Hmm.
She always got a problem with somebody.
Now, one thing I do love and respect about her is that she's not gonna let you talk about her because she has I believe a doctorate in Black Studies or African American Studies or something like that, or the African
Hmm.
American some she got a black doctorate in.
We
And
don't care.
when people come at her with some anti like them black conservatives try to try her with that anti-black shit, absolutely, and she shut it
Now
down.
she do know her Black history. I will. She knows it, and I love that for her, and that's great.
Hmm.
But yeah, her interpersonal skills are lackluster. But okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we
you see, I'm monitoring what I say, honey, because Amanda, I like you, and I would love for you to come on this show, girl. And I know you don't go nowhere where they be talking shit about you. So,
we won't be
you come on here, girl.
we won't be here.
Oh,
Yeah, you can have a whole sit down with Auntie by yourself.
A one and
I will
one
be,
exclusive.
I will go and stay home. I will watch from the sidelines, baby. You got it.
And your lovely no co-host.
oh.
Oh.
Y'all are terrible.
Well, I don't have
Look,
any co-hosts today, but today my guest is
child, you got it.
one on one, baby.
Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I wish you all a fabulous weekend, did any of you have any tea that you want to share or any tea that I might have missed?
Mm-mm.
You
I don't
posted
have
the tea that
anything.
I was gonna talk about, I think.
Oh, I
About
did.
Fetty.
Ah.
About Fetty Wap.
Oh, yes. Welcome home, Teddy. I told y'all, honey, I won't admit I don't even want him to eat no steak. You ain't got time for no steak. Get in that studio, sir. We need vocals, vocalists, music. Get in the studio, Fetty. Fetty J. Blige. Fetty Vandross.
What is wrong with you today? Hammy, I think you went too light today. I need you to tighten up. I know it's a Friday, but come on.
It's Friday. It's Friday. Gotta
Hey, gotta
get
get
down.
down on Friday.
Friday.
Now, why you
Libra.
support that, Quinn?
No, did y'all know she was making new mute? Well, it's new-ish because I think it came out like last year sometime, and it's actually not bad.
Who?
Rebecca Black.
All these. Is she white?
Yes, girl, she was white
Okay,
and iconic.
again, I'm gonna say this on record. You was a white man in another life, or a white woman. Cause the way you go up for these raggedy ass white pop stars is, I don't even understand it.
Listen,
We
I told you
never
that
heard
that would
of.
explain why I love niggas so much, honey. Because I love me a black man, so that probably explains. I probably was a whitey in my past life. But yes, honey, Rebecca Black. I'm sure you remember her moon though, because everybody was talking about her some years back. What was this like in 2009? And she was a fourth. Oh yeah, well she was a 14-year-old girl at the time, and that song Friday was so bad that it went popular. Like it was so bad that people. She like
it's
catapulted it
kind
into.
of
Don't
it's
even
kind of
say you
vaguely
kind
familiar.
don't say that. He gonna tell you more about it.
You're right.
But no, she is actually making new music now, and it is cunt. I said, okay, Rebecca Black, you better work. It's cute for her. But she's just not like my Willa Ford, honey. Willa Ford, who's back, bitch, who's making an album called Amanda, because you know that's her actual government name. So she coming out with a new album, baby. When I saw Willa Ford on that TV before, I said, "What did I do to deserve this? Oh my God, this is amazing!" Willa Ford is back after 20 years, bitch. I'm telling you, she done came down. She coming and she's showing you pop girls how you supposed to do it, honey. How you supposed to pop that white puss, honey. I know that's her. I'm here
Okay.
for it. Oh,
Okay. Okay. She's coming back. Okay.
Well, y'all, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back on Monday for a live show at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time if you can make it. But until then, I hope you all have a fabulous weekend.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.